Darius Rucker first achieved multi-platinum status with the band Hootie and the Blowfish, which has sold more than 25 million albums worldwide. Rucker has won all of the big awards many times over, and just this month added a few more accolades to the list. I caught up with him in his hometown of Charleston, South Carolina, to talk about his new solo album and his new outlook on life. It's part of our Arts and Culture series, Canvas.
Always wanted to have my own festival. It's so beautiful out here.
And to do it at home, too, is pretty incredible.
There's no place else I'd want to do it, except for Charleston.
Darius Rucker willed this Riverfront Revival Music Festival into existence, and on the eve of its second year in Charleston, South Carolina, he reflected on what it means to him.
It's great. I mean, this is mine. This is my festival.
The 57-year-old Rucker headlining his own music festival and celebrating the release of a new country album. Promoting it with an in-store performance at Charleston's Monster Music. We were there as Rucker entertained the crowd, packed into this old-school record store with a trio of hits, including this one, Wagon Wheel. This song dates back a decade to 2013 when Rucker rode this smash single to #1 on Billboard's Hot Country Songs chart and made it one of the top 5 best-selling country songs of all time. Darius Rucker was inducted into Nashville's Music City Walk of Fame in early October and will soon receive a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, fame that Rucker could never have imagined. Raised by a single mother, money was hard to come by. At times, his 3-bedroom house held as many as 14 children and 4 adult family members. But they were always rich in love, in large part, Rucker says, because of his mom, Carolyn, the namesake of his newest album. Tell me about her.
Yeah, she was awesome. She was my biggest champion and my biggest supporter. She was, she died young, she died 51. And I think I was 25 or something like that. And she was just, I always say she's the reason I was sitting here because she was always the one giving me permission to do and whatever I wanted to do. And she just believed in me. And, she was a great mom.
How is this album an homage to her?
Oh, man, my whole life and career, I think, has been an homage to her. And I was making the record and I was having a bad day the first day of the studio was that I was just not having a good day. And I just sat down and I said to myself out loud, I said, at the end of the day, I'm just my mama's boy. And I thought right then, that I was going to, pay the love and respect to her and name it Carolyn's Boy.
And this is your first solo album in 6 years, is that right?
Yeah, it's been 6 years, which is crazy to think about. Yeah, 6 years.
It feels more reflective than your previous works.
Yeah, I think this is probably the most personal record I've made. Just because so many things that happened, the pandemic, things that happened in your life, kids growing up and leaving the house and all the stuff that was going on. I just think when I was writing with guys, the stuff that we were coming up with and the stuff that I wanted to write was all stuff that just for me instantly became true, and so, yeah, this is definitely the most personal record I've made.
I left out in a cloud of taillights and dust.
Darius Rucker debuted as a solo country artist 15 years ago, following breakout success as the frontman for Hootie and the Blowfish. 6 studio albums charting in the top 40 of the Billboard Hot 100 6 times. And the awards piled up too. Grammy for Best New Artist in 1996, Billboard Music Award for Top Billboard 200 Album for Cracked Rear View, which remains among the top 10 best-selling studio albums of all time.
And just let her cry if the tears fall down like rain.
A Grammy Award for Let Her Cry in 1996, and an MTV Music Video Award for Hold My Hand in 1995.
I wanna love you the best that I can.
Hold My Hand. I did not know this until doing the research and speaking with you, but you wrote that as a protest song against racism.
People didn't see it, and that was fine. People, why would you see it? But, it was, and, against all, it was, racism and hatred, all hatred, it was just a thing of trying to bring people together.
I first met you 15 years ago when I produced an interview that you did for NPR. During that transition into country music, it was not guaranteed that you would be successful.
No, you know, I always tell people that I thought I might get talked about for a second because I come from Hootie, and you know, you made this record and you know, at Capitol Nashville, and I always say there wasn't anybody that looked like me on country radio, and I was being told that the audience would never accept a country singer that looked like me. So I just wanted to make country records. My biggest goal with my first record was that they let me make another one.
Well, where did that sense of persistence come from?
I'm gonna work no matter what. I mean, I'm just a work. I work. I have work ethic. I'm gonna go work. You tell me what you need me to do. Let's go do it. You know, doing the radio tour, we went to like 110 radio stations. You know, and just going out there and actually saying to my label that I wanted to be treated like the new guy. Whatever the new guy does is what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, I think that went a long way in getting it. But we had the songs, man. We just had the songs.
Those songs led to 4 #1 albums on the Billboard Country chart, and his 3rd career Grammy, this one for Best Solo Country Performance.
I remember watching, it was back in 2008, and you won the CMA Best New Artist, which again is hilarious because you weren't...
I was 41.
You're 41, and you weren't entirely new to the music industry.
Yeah.
Well, come on down, Darius Rucker.
You thanked country radio.
Yeah.
Because, as you said, people were telling you that country wouldn't accept you.
Yeah.
Country radio, you took a chance on a pop singer from Charleston, South Carolina, and God bless y'all for that.
You know, as much as people want to talk about streaming and everything, country radio is really still king. That's where people are hearing most of the songs. When you're riding around in your car, a lot of people still listen to country radio to hear the new stuff. So it's like, you know, country radio was so huge in me winning that because, you know, they played my songs when a lot of people thought they wouldn't play my songs. Mm-hmm. And that was big.
And now fast forward to the current moment, you are no longer the only prominent black country music artist.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, I love the fact that Kane's there, you know, and Mickey's doing her thing, you know, and Chapel Hart and Blanco and Breland and all these, you know, we could keep going on and on, you know. I was thinking the other day that, you know, BET needs to get them a black country artist category going on with somebody else now, you know. But I love it. I love to see that my success helped the country music to see that that stigma wasn't true.
Yeah.
And so now we can let great people in without having to worry about that.
You mentioned your mom passed before you found music success. What do you think she would think about the man you are today?
I think she would be really proud of me, you know, especially with how hard I work and, you know, as much as I try to give back and help charities. And I think she'd be really proud of me, you know. She'd also say, man, I got a big house.
The only thing on my agenda is beers and sunshine.
And big crowds, too. On this day, Rucker played to thousands of fans at his festival. Darius Rucker is continuing his tour across the U.S. and Europe, running through May of next year.
And as always, there is much more online. I asked Darius Rucker about his favorite songs to play. You can hear his answer on our YouTube page.